All right. Well, hello, Move Easy Movers. Welcome to Move Easy Yoga with Kathy. Today is Saturday, the June 24th already. Wow. Or whatever day you're watching this video. We're going to start in the usual fashion with our legs in a chair. But before we do that, you're going to need your chair and you're going to need a strap. We'll be doing the leg stretch series. Whatever you put under your head for head ramping. And the focus today is, I would say, arms, legs, and shoulders. So arms, shoulders, and legs. A little bit of hips. So let's go ahead and get into position. This is going to be our 7-minute supine static rest. Your legs on the chair. Get my timer set. You want to have your hips just a few inches away from the chair. Legs up a wall also if you don't want to do the chair. You do want to make sure your lower legs are parallel. So if you have longer legs than I do, like everybody else in the world, you might want to put a pillow on that chair. In my case, it just happens to fit. So your arms are wherever most comfortable. Something under your head for support. We're going to be here for 7 minutes. You want to breathe normally. Just bring yourself, your awareness into the room. We're putting our lower back in traction in this position. So, here we go. Okay, 7 minutes are up. Stay where you are. If you choose, you can curl your tongue under the roof of your mouth. That will strengthen your lower jaw and the area under your chin. And slowly move your head to the right and to the left about 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to always remind myself to move slowly. I tend to speed it up. Okay, next thing we're doing is the vagus nerve reset. We're all familiar with this. So your head is forward, your eyes are forward. The only thing you're moving is your eyes. Your head stays where it is. So you would move your head to the right. And what we're doing is we're activating the vagus nerve that runs along the side of the head and then down the body. But with our eyes, we're activating that vagus nerve. So you wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. If you've been doing it for a while, like me, it tends to come right away. And then, excuse me, eyes back to center. And then move just your eyes to the left and wait for that sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Takes a little longer on the left for me. We're resetting our body. It's like resetting a computer. So go ahead and do this twice on each side without my cueing. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Finish up. The next thing we're doing is head ramping. So if you choose, you can put something else under your head besides whatever support you have, your washcloths or a pillow. You can put a set of therapy balls. I like to put a sponge ball. The reason for that is I feel it gives me more give. And what we're doing is we're going to press the occipital ridge, the bony part between our ears that runs along the scalp, back away from our body. Now, you can do this sitting up if you choose. You can do it lying down. So we're just going to press that, again, the occipital ridge. Either if you're lying down, it's towards the floor. If you're sitting up, of course, it's towards the back wall, but it's away from the rest of the body. The chin will follow, but it doesn't lead this. And hold, and then release. And we'll do this 3 or 4 times. What we're doing is we're reversing text necks. We look down at our devices so much. At least I know I do. So press, hold, and release. And then press, hold, and release. Press, hold, and release. Press, hold, and release. And then one more. Press, hold. You can do this in your whole practice, and you can hold as long as you choose. And then release. Good job. That's a good thing to do on a daily basis. Because again, if you're like me, I'm always looking down at my phone, my computer, my iPad, a book. And for our breathing exercise today, we're going to do my favorite, which is square breathing. And square breathing is done in 4 parts. So basically you inhale, pause for 4 counts. So you inhale and then you hold it, and then you exhale, and then you hold your air out. So it's in, let me just go through it once. That sounded confusing. So you inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold your breath, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold your breath again, 2, 3, 4. Not quite that fast, but that's the pattern. So we'll do this 3 or 4 times. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and do 2 or 3 more times at your own pace. Not everybody works at my pace. Just to let you know, I do a meditation on my virtual reality headset, and they have an app called, I can't remember what it's called now, but it's a meditation app. And they use this square breathing a lot in that app. It's very relaxing. Okay, finish up. The next thing we're going to do is vacuum. Now, you can keep your legs on your chair or couch or up the wall or however they are, or you can straighten them out. That's your choice. I personally like to straighten my legs out when I'm doing this. I just feel that it's more effective for me. but you can be in whatever position works for you. Now, what we're doing in this little exercise is we're trying to strengthen our pelvic floor. So we'll be taking a normal breath and then exhaling. And when we exhale, everything out of our lungs, everything. And as we do that, we press our lower back and consequently our belly button towards the floor to create a vacuum in this abdominal area, this pelvic area. And then we hold it for the count of 10 and then release. So just take a normal inhale and then exhale everything out of your lungs. At the same time, press your lower back against the floor and pushing your belly button down towards the floor. With all the air out of your lungs, let me count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and inhale. Give yourself a couple of breaths to get your breath back to normal. We're going to do this 2 more times. A normal breath in. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. Press that lower back, that belly button towards the floor and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, relax. Give yourself a couple of breaths to get it back to normal. May take more than a couple, may not. Last one, normal inhale and exhale. Everything out of your lungs. Push your lower back and your belly button down towards the floor. Hold it there. Air out of your lungs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale. There we go. I like these vacuum things. Okay. While we're on our back, we're going to do a couple of supine movements. We're going to start with windshield wipers. So bring your feet up so they're flat on the floor with your knees bent. And we're just going to go from sacrum edge to sacrum edge, or like I like to say hip edge to hip edge. So we're only going part way, not all the way down on the floor, not engaging your hip. And we're moving slowly. We're just warming up here. So I'm going maybe to a 40-degree angle. Not even quite 45 with my knees. Just back and forth. Slowly. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing we're doing is bent leg lifts. Very simple. Your legs are still bent. Your feet are flat on the floor. You keep the bend in your knee and you just raise your leg and then come back down. So we'll do 5 on the right and then 5 on the left. So up and down. Very simple move. I've got somebody coming in here. Oh, Cobra. Okay. Very simple move, but this is actually very good for your hip. So again, up and then down. That's 2. And then up and then down. That's 3. Up and then down. 4. Parvin, if you can mute yourself. I forgot to mute you. And then up and then down. 5. Now we'll do the other leg. Now you can keep your right leg bent. I'm just going to straighten it so you can see the leg. Or if you want, you can straighten it also. That would work too. So the left leg, we're keeping the bend in the knee at the same angle and just lifting it up and down and then up. Actually, this kind of works well. And down, 2, and then 3, and 4, and 5. There we go. Good job. All right. Now we're going to do knee drops. Yes. Hold on. Oh, Parvin left again. Okay. Okay. Knee drops. We're in the same position. And we're just going to drop our knee and then bring it back up. Now, you don't want to, still, again, you don't want to really engage your hip if you can help it. You're just moving from the joint of your leg down. So you don't want to go all the way and then come back up. You don't want to drop your knee all the way to the floor. Just come back up. And then down. And come back up. Arvin's having some issues here.
Kathy, if you want to make me a co-host, that way if she comes back in, I can just let her in and then you can just do the class.
I will do that. Thank you, Caitlin.
You're welcome.
There you are. There you go. Okay. And can you mute Parvin? Thank you. Okay, so we were doing knee drops. So I think we were on the third one. So 4 and 5. So then now on the left side. Now again, I'm just straightening my leg so you can see what I'm doing on this side. So I'm going over, but I'm not engaging the hip and bringing it back up. Again, the knee is bent like it was before. I don't know if you can see. There it is. And it's just dropping to the side. As soon as I feel my hips start to engage, I bring it back up. 3, 4, 5. Okay. There we go. Now, the next thing we're doing, I believe, is the leg stretch. Okay, so if you have a wall you can put your foot against, that will make it a closed end leg stretch, and that would be the best. If you don't, that's fine. And having it against a wall is the best way to do it. In my case, I have this little bit of a wall I can use, so just bear with me. So we're going to start on the right. So I've got my left foot against the wall, like I'm standing on the wall. The heel is on the floor. My leg is straight. And what you want to do is put the strap on your right leg. Keep your elbows, your shoulders on the floor, and you're just gently pulling your foot back. If your knee is bent, that's okay. Be aware of where you're feeling it. You might feel it in your hamstrings, in the back of your thigh. You might even feel it on the front of your thigh. We're going to go ahead and hold this for 40 seconds. Be gentle with yourself. This is called a closed end leg stretch. Very good for the quads and the hamstrings. But you don't want to be pulling with your arms. You want to have your arms relaxed against the floor, and you're just gently tugging back, strap in each hand. And here we are. That's leg stretch number 1. Leg stretch number 2, you take the straps, both of them in your one hand, your right hand. I need 3 hands. I need to set my timer. And you pull your foot to the right. Now the idea is to keep your left shoulder on the floor. It's just the leg that's moving. Just pull it to the right as far as you can. You may only be able to go this far, just as far as you can go. If you start feeling it in your groin area, stop there. You don't need to hurt yourself or pull anything. So just as far as you can. Your left leg is still straight up against the wall. And there we go. Now leg stretch number 3. Your foot is still on the wall. You've now got your both straps in your left hand. You're going to rotate your foot. So it's called the knife edge. The outside edge of your foot is now on the floor. Your hips are going to stack. Your leg's going to come all the way over to the left. You can either reach back with your hand, keep both shoulders on the floor, or you can stack your shoulders as well. So now everything is leaning towards the left if you've stacked everything, or you can do a twist, whatever works for you. And there we go. So come back to the original position. I find switching with my feet in the air is much easier. You can do it whichever way works for you. Now we're going to do the left leg. So your right leg's on the wall like you're standing on it. Again, your elbows are on the ground and you're pulling gently back, one hand with each strap. I love this because it stretches my hamstrings, which tend to get very tight. Also, I can feel it in my calves. Oops. I thought I said it. I did not. We'll call this 40 seconds. Okay. The second one. Okay, now I've said it. Put your both straps in your left hand and you're moving your leg to the left, preferably straight, but if your knee is bent, that's okay. You want to keep not only your shoulder on the floor, and I didn't mention this earlier, you want to keep your hip on the floor as well. And just go as far as you can without strain. When you feel that first pull, stop there. Just go as far as you can. I'm not showing off. I do need to go this far to be able to feel that stretch. All right, and then come on back. And now we're going to put both straps in the other hand, your right hand. Rotate your foot so the outside edge is on the floor. Your toes are pointed to the right. You're going to end up stacking your hips, so you might want to shift a little. Bring your foot over to the right, and you've got options. You can either stack your shoulders, bring everything over to the right, or you can stretch it out and do a twist. So the side of your foot's on the floor. Everything's facing to the right, or you are twisted, and come back up. Okay. Good job. All right, now we are going to do the other half of that radio teso that I taught that we did last Saturday. I need to get set up just a little bit because you need to be able to see me standing.
I'm sorry, I have to leave. Okay,
Okay, Parvin, thanks.
sorry. Okay, bye.
Bye, have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure you can see me in all my glory. This is a standing, moving exercise. So it's very good to do. Actually, they do them every day in China. They used to broadcast it on the radio. That's why they call it radio teso. Okay. So we are standing. Now you can do some of this sitting, but I don't recommend a lot of it. And we did the first part last Saturday, and I will be, via suggestion, doing an entire video that shows you the whole routine. But we're going to pick up where we left off. And if you remember last Saturday, we had gone down and then back. So after that movement, then it's a twisting, it's a rotating movement. So we go back and forth. Just so you know, feet are shoulder width apart. You're standing up straight, shoulders back, good posture. Swing your arms to the side. And after you've done this a couple of times, and we do it a little differently. So we go up and down, and up and down, and then up and down, and up and down. Okay. And then, okay, and I'm still learning this, so bear with me. So,
So do you have to do the other side up and down?
yeah, well, we're doing this
That's not both?
and going up, and then yeah, I thought I did do both sides.
Yeah, you only did the one.
Okay, so yes, we twist to the left and then go up to the left and back down. And then we twist to the right and then go right and then back down. Yes, we do both sides. And if I wasn't clear, I apologize. I'm still learning this. Okay, now the second one is, and I have to learn this too, hands to shoulders. Okay, your feet are together, hands to shoulders, step right, up, down, left, down. And then hands to shoulders, up, hands to shoulders, step left, up, down. So this is a little bit more complicated. So it's hands to shoulders, step right, arms up, hands to shoulders, feet together, hands to hips. Hands to shoulders, step left, arms up, hands to shoulders, feet together. They do it much quicker in the routine. So one more time. Hands to shoulders. Okay, I gotta get this right. Hands to shoulders, step right, arms up, Hands to shoulders, step left. Hands down. Hands to shoulders, step left, arms up, hands to shoulders, together, hands down. So if you do that quickly, it's quite it gets your heart going. If I would do it in the right order. So we do that 2 times. And then this is interesting. So your legs are apart. And you got to be careful doing this. So you stretch down to your right foot. And straighten up with your arms out. Stretch down to your right foot. Straighten up. When I straighten up, I'm going back with my arms out. Then you go to your left. Reach down to your left foot. When you reach down, you bounce a little, and then you come back. And then you reach down, and then you come back. So you do that 2 times on each side. Now the next one is actually a jumping move, but I think bouncing is better. If you want to jump, you can, but I believe that bouncing is much better. So basically they're jumping up and down and letting their arms just go. So bouncing with your knees, I believe, is just as good as jumping. Okay. And then the next movement is, again, arms are hip width apart, or legs are hip width apart. And your hands are on your hips. You circle your torso. You can make the circle as big or as small as you choose. You circle one way and then you circle the other way. Three times each way. And
Kathy, I'd like to say that when you fold like that, I don't know how they teach doing it, but if I were you, I would teach it with a flat back hip hinge.
I
So
believe that they are doing a flat back. I'm still kind of studying the videos, but I believe it is a flat back. Yes.
So because rounding your thoracic spine and lumbar spine is not great for us. So for people who are as they're aging. So
Right.
And I-
So I would suggest putting your
lot of
hands to the smaller your back. That keeps your back flat
yeah,
and
flat-
doing it that way. Because I agree, that rounding position, that's not something we want to be doing. And this is an exercise that in China, everybody does, including the elderly. So I'm assuming they have a flat back. Yes. And that's a good point, Via. So when you go down, make sure that your shoulders are back and your back is flat. Yes, good point. And then the last one is your feet are closer together. And we do this in the beginning of the routine, if you remember from last week. Arms up and together and apart. So I'm going to get this routine down. and I'm going to record the whole thing. And I will do it much slower than they do it, or I will do it both slow and quickly. But they do it quickly. And when they do it, it's over in 3 minutes. And that's a lot to do in 3 minutes. So I'll be doing it a lot slower, but I will be doing a specific video. Anyway, that's it for Radio Teso. We're going to go back to the mat and do some prone work and then Yoga Nidra. As you can tell, I'm a little out of breath. It's interesting. Okay. So we're going to do the back bend. So we are prone on the mat. You can put something under your hips or under your forehead. I personally like something on my forehead so my nose gets squashed. What we'll be doing is we'll be raising our head and shoulders, palms towards the ceiling, holding this position. Our head is in a head ramping position, so our neck is facing the ceiling, and then coming down, and then we'll be coming up, doing an airplane, holding that, and coming down. So we're going to start the first one. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, come up. Again, your palms are towards the ceiling. Your face is towards the floor. The back of your neck, you're in head ramping. So the back of your neck is actually pushing towards the ceiling. And we're holding this pose for 40 seconds. It's a bone building pose. Inhale and come on down. We're going to do this one more time. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, come on up. Now you do want to come up as much as you can with your shoulders and your head. However, if you feel it in your lower back, lower yourself. So again, just focus on your head facing towards the floor. Back of your neck is facing towards the ceiling. Palms are towards the ceiling. You can raise yourself higher if you feel that in your lower back. Lower yourself. Take an inhale and come on down. Okay, now we're going to do this with the airplane. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, come on up. Same position as before. Take another inhale. Exhale, arms out, palms facing the floor. Now, it's all the same as before, except where your arms are. Your arms are just straight out to the side, palms facing the floor like airplane wings. Again, if you can, you want to raise yourself up a little bit. And if you feel it in your lower back, you want to lower yourself. Take an inhale and come on down. One more time. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Come on up. Inhale again. Arms out and exhale. We're holding this pose as long as we can. This is very good for the thoracic back. actually for the whole back. Take an inhale and come on down. Good job. Now let's go ahead and do the thoracic rotation. Our arms are in a T. Head is looking, you can start by looking to the left. Now, oops, set my timer. Now raise your left leg. Keep both shoulders on the floor. You can do anything you want with this leg. You can wave it in the air, draw circles, just raise it up and down. You can reach over and touch the floor on the other side if you choose. Don't have to. Stretch and flex the foot. Rotate the ankle. Wiggle your toes. Bend your knee. Go ahead and bring it back down. We'll do the other side. You want your head to move towards the right. Again, keeping both shoulders down. Raise that right leg. Do the same thing, just kind of let it hang there. Wiggle your toes, bend your knees. Bring it over. Anything from the waist down can move. Anything from the waist up is stationary. Bring it on down. And there we go. So that's it. Go ahead and get into position for Yoga Nidra. Whatever position works for you, sitting, lying down. Make sure you are either warm enough or cool enough, as the case may be. You might want to put something over your eyes, possibly a light blanket over you if you're a little cool. I'm going to lead you through a 61-point guided meditation. I'd like you to systematically move your attention through internal points as I mention them. Allow your awareness to flow to these points without moving any part of your body. Begin with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. If your knees are bent, straighten them out. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. First one way, then the other. Now take your right knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee, for everything you do. Straighten that leg out. And take your left knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee. Straighten that leg out. Now both knees, hold them to your chest and slowly rock back and forth, feeling the massage on your back and your organs. Feels so good. When you're ready, roll over and face towards the camera using your lower arm as a pillow. We're going to take our gratitude minute here and just take a minute and be grateful. I'm grateful for so many things. I'm grateful that you guys are here today with me, moving. It feels so good to be moving, especially when you've been sick or injured or any of that. I'm grateful that we can move with each other. I'm grateful Parvin was here, even if just for a short time. So give yourself a pat on the back for doing this for you today. And when you're ready, come on up to a sitting position. I'm going to remove my spotlight. You might want to unmute yourself. Hands to your heart. And again, thank you guys for coming today, because without you, I wouldn't move, probably. So let's end the class by saying to each other, namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you. I do want to say something real quick. Hold on, I'm going to stop this.